Okay, yeah, it's been a while since I did a video, but here goes. We're just going to go through and look at some of the things I've been doing to the Kingdom of Arkonika. A lot of things changed. A lot of people have never seen this side of the kingdom, um, but it has changed. As you can see, the nice little saddles and chain armor, and I have some leather armor over there, some cloth armor on the horse. Um, I've had to move my horses from the top up there. I've redid my workshop on this side of the coastline. I've put this wall up. Um, but just explain some of the construction that's actually been going on here. When I first got to this spot right here, when I come out here, all this was basically stone going across this entire mountain, and you'll see little patches of dirt right up in here. And then it went back to stone, and I'm gonna travel over the other way. That's my neighbor over there, Dracus Tor. Then I got Vanguard down to the south down here. Um, but as you can see, that whole mountain is just there's just little patches of dirt, and this is the way this whole place was when I first got here. All this flat area I'm standing on was water, all the way up to the doorway of this mine shaft was water, and I have had to truckload dirt in, pile it up. When I first got here, there was just a little bit of dirt on a corner here that I was able to flatten down, make a little one by one fence, and put my horses that I boated over here. I had two horses, boated them over here, put them in a pen, and began my long journey of boating dirt in, forming this um, big area. Because if you look out here, we are dead in the ocean. So yeah, it took me a while to get this dirt to fill in this ocean and get this dirt all around here and fill it up. And since then, I've been building on this here, and this here is my shipyard. I'm still building several ships. I have several created already, but eventually what's going to happen here is, as you can see, that is just solid rock all the way across this whole place. But what I'm eventually going to do is, a lot of this is going to be filled in, and just so we can see how much it's got to be filled in, you can see how deep this ocean is. I mean, it goes way down, and it just keeps going down and down, and I gotta fill all this in. And my border comes out into the ocean out here, so I mean, it goes further than this right here. It goes out, my borderline for this deed. I mean, I own all the way to them tiles right there, up beside Vanguard, all the way out in the ocean out here, going all the way up towards Dracus Tor. This one deed mass goes all the way up this mountain, cuts back across the top of the mountain up here, goes over. Then my nephew's deed is on the other side of this mountain, coming this direction. Um, this is massive, and the Kingdom of Arkonika is like 3 deeds long, and it includes my nephew's deed. So we're looking at 4 deeds long, going from over here all the way to the land of the mouse hole. And it's a lot of money to keep up this land, but it's worth it. But this land will eventually come out in here. If I can get enough dirt, I will put an island out here in the middle of this water, but that's another story. um, Still got a lot of plans here. I'm not gonna put any plans out or tell anybody any plans of what I'm doing here, but this eventually will be land. Um, And let's go travel up so y'all can see a lot of the work I've actually been having to put in. Um, this shelf up here that my shop sits on used to be very small, and in order to even, I mean, I couldn't get nowhere. Uh, these tall, massive mounds of dirt have these, especially these outside ones out here, 2 squares, 3 squares over, were just recently added. These here were just recently pulled over. In order to even get up to the top, when I first started this place, I had to dig through the mountain and make a mountain passage all the way into this place. And here are some of the new trees. We have our walnut trees, we have our linden tree, and we have our firs. Looks pretty nice. But this here is the cave system in here, and I barely get any mobs out this way. It's sad. This passageway leads all the way to Dracus Tor, and this passageway leads up to the top. So we're gonna go up top, and I'm in the process of creating a road that goes to the 2-lane road right out front of my dock out there, and that road goes stretches all the way up to Dracus Tor. He hasn't logged in, so he was supposed to extend it over into his area, and we was probably going to stretch it around. I talked to him about that, but I haven't seen him on in several months now. I've yet to be able to talk to anybody out in Vanguard about stretching that road over to their side. A lot has been changing here. This is my new shop. My old shop was the exact same building I did in what is possible to build in 1.0. I did a video on that, what it's possible to build multi-story, and one of the buildings in there was actually my shop. I never did finish it on this server, but I decided to go ahead and recreate a new shop. Now when we come out here, as you can see, I've been building dirt up. This used to come right here. This is as far out as it went. I mean, we came 3 squares out, and this is as much as we had on this side. We had this little bitty patch right here, 3 squares. And this past couple of days, I've filled it in. Got a lot more to fill out. I had to tear these rock. I had to dig this down, all the stone, because it was uneven. From here going across, it was uneven. I had stone walls just, pyramid and coming through here. So I wanted it to be nicer and more even. So I dug it all out, flattened the wall down on the corner edge here, as you can see, and brought it out here. I'm not sure if I'm going to take this, if I can find enough dirt, I'll probably take this wall all the way out to the end and probably bring it down in the slope. Not sure yet, but I still got to bring all this up. All this has got to be raised up till it comes out to this point, and from here this will be raised up all 3 square. Is it 3? No, it's 2 squares, all the way over to this side over here. Now when I first came to this place and started tunneling, I tunneled out the wall up here because, like I said, this whole place was flat stone. And I come up through here and come out, and I had to bring dirt up and build the dirt in this area. Some of it I actually was able to get off up here. Some of this has been built up, but then I changed my mind and started tearing it back down. But let's go this direction. We're up underneath a corridor in my shop, and this here is my shop area. This is where all my bulk of goods come for crafting and all. But up through here was a small little road that I temporarily made, and it was here for a good while, and it is eventually going to be tore down, and all this is going to change. Every last bit of this will change. It will not look like this by the time I'm done, but this project's going to take me a good year or so to get it done. In the past week or two, I've flattened out more of this dirt, tearing it down. This was built a while back, trying to build the land up, having a problem getting dirt. That's why I turned around and deeded 2 extra sections of land, and because I needed the dirt real bad. As we come up here, we got a temporary, everything coming up through here is like temporary. It's always been temporary, but up here we have like a little tar pit. This tar pit went slanting way downhill. I don't see how anybody could have ever got tar out of it. So as you can see, I had raised it up, flattened this whole tar pit out, and made it even, nice and even. The 2-lane road's going to come down through here. I got a 2-lane road that's coming through, and I don't feel like tearing down all these old walls that I put up so I wouldn't fall off the side of the mountain. And so I'm just waiting for them to decay away. My landmass stops on this wall right here, this line. I haven't extended it any further out that direction, but my deed border stops right here. So everything from this point has to decay because I'm not going to destroy it. So it'll take a while. As you can see, I got a little farm up here and some cattle ranch going. But up here we got a lot of work to do, or I got a lot of work to do. I got to terraform all that land over there, all this over here, if I can drive my cart. And here's where this past week I finally brought the 2-lane road all the way down to this point. And it's going to have to be like this until this stuff starts decaying away so I can actually keep going with it. But this is the 2-lane road that works now. There used to be a small 1-lane road that went up this direction. It used to curve. You'd swear I followed a snake going up that road. It was just too windy. There's not enough dirt, and I had a truckload dirt in just to make that, because as you can see right there, that's all stone. I ended up hitting the stone everywhere I turned going up that mountain, until I eventually was able to bring enough dirt to actually wield my way through. As you can see, I have put a lot of dirt on this mountain. And I got a ton of trees growing now. But this is a 2-lane road going up this mountain. And I still got to take dirt back down, bring dirt back in. And we're going to travel up this way. This is Kingdom 1. This is part 1. This is deed 1 that we're on right now, and we're still going up. Alright, here we go. And this 2-lane road just goes up. This is a very better, this road here is a lot better than that old thing that I created. I still got to truck in a lot of dirt. There's going to be something in here. I'll probably have to cut the mountain, because several scoops below this dirt right here, that stone mountain's right up underneath it. So it's going to be a lot of surface mining and terraforming. Still got to finish putting up the wall here coming up. Waiting on some walls down below me here to decay, so I can bring the rest of this 2-lane road up, because this is the last piece of it right here up top that's the only chunk that's still incomplete because of them walls. Let's see if we can see them. Yeah, see, there's them walls right there. They're decaying nicely. They're about 70 damage. So as soon as these 3 walls decay, I'll be able to pull this up and flatten it out and pave it. And I'm waiting for these walls to decay. As soon as these walls decay, and there's some more of my work this week I've been doing. That took probably about 2 hours to tear that dirt away, and I'm already on Stone Mountain. These decay, this will be flattened down. Eventually this 2-lane road, you can see there's 2 spots left up top up here that need to be worked on. This was a kingdom I did a video on and started decaying. Things were decaying rapidly. I never did go back and fix it. More than likely I'm going to destroy all this and rebuild something very nice up here. It took me a long time to take the mountain peaks down. On the back here there was like 7 or 8 tiles. I think it started from about right here and it stretched all the way down to about right. Oh no, it's more tiles than that, because yeah, it was around right there and it stretched all the way to this tile right here. And it was a mountain peak, jagged, going up. And if you look at my mouse cursor, it was probably that high right there where my mouse cursor is of that tree, is how tall these peaks were. And I had to mine everything, surface mine every one of them down to this point here, just to get this land flat out here. As you can see, I'm working on the top of this mountain over here as well. I've done flattened out a whole big area up there. I've flattened out a section there. Eventually I'm going to be up on top of that mountain over there. But let's see, let's go through here. I'm still terraforming over here. And when I first got to this place, somebody had a temporary road that was jagged coming all the way up. I don't even see how they could get a horse up it, because they didn't terraform nothing out. They just basically flattened a couple of corners out, and you had a zigzag coming up this thing, and it was at an angle going straight down this mountain. So I basically re-terraformed everything in here, trucked dirt in where I needed to, repaved it, 2-laned it. At one point I did have this wall coming up, and I've tore it down, or letting it decay anyway. I tore some of it down. Over here, to the left, you can see the old little road. I first started out with a little road going down, and I've been allowing it to decay ever since I recreated this 2-lane road coming up. Yeah, that corner's off and it'll stay off, because I am not surface mining that. It's just, if I can get away with it, I will. But we're over here at my nephew's deed. We've been on it for a few minutes. Well, this is his deed. If I can ever get him to play long enough to do any real construction. He's got a nice little house built up. I planned the house for him. He does not have the carpenter skill to build that big, but he can go up 4 or 5 floors now, I think. He finally got enough carpenter skill to do that. He's still got a lot to shape over here land-wise. All the way back to the back of the mountain. He's been raising some of this land over here, as you can see. And we got guard towers coming down through here, so, you know, people traveling this way, if they're not strong enough, they can actually call for a guard. They're stretched out. There's one down on the deed, there's one on top of the mountain, there's one here, there's one up on the other side of the mountain we're going up to. And I think that was the only 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we only got 4 guard towers down this stretch of road. But excuse me, I got a big project going up over here. My nephew's working on a project right here. I'm terraforming the land. My son's got he had a house, but I had him tear it down because I wanted to re-terraform this whole land over here. He didn't have enough flat land, so I've been up there tearing the land down. Gonna have to shave the mountain down. A lot of this is going to be filled in and moved. This here was a small temporary hide that uh, anybody in my kingdom or in my alliance could come in here and hide if they need to, store stuff, whatever. As you can see, the land's being really terraformed back here. Get past here. We got a guard tower over here, so actually we got 5. We got one over here that's being built. Haven't never finished it yet, but we got another one right over there that's being built. And as you can see, this land's being terraformed down, the mountain's coming down. And these guards go everywhere. But yeah, it's going to stretch all the way over in here. This whole place is going to be basically like a city when you come into it. You're going to be seeing small little farms. You're going to be seeing cities. You're going to be seeing castles. By the time it's done, I got a Ford to replace. But you'll see by the time we're done with this trip how far this road actually goes, how massive this area is that's being constructed on. And when it's all said and done, there's going to be, this will not look like this. This is all going to change. Every bit of this land mass has got to change for the plans that have been made. My brother, shamefully, he quit because he didn't want to pay the fee what it was going to cost him to keep his land up, so he quit. So we lost land mass actually from his deed, and my friend, he lives up here. He hasn't logged in for a couple of days, but he's got him a house building up here on my deed. And we're on the central of the Kingdom of Arkonika right now. And this area right here is temporary. That wall is temporary. We got a road going down to a mine. And this landmass stretches all the way down over in here. This deed goes all the way up over the mountain. It covers the mountain. It covers down over in this area. It goes so far down the mountain over this way, and then I have another deed right beside it. As you can see, this land is being tore down, and y'all probably seen this on this section on another video that I did, and I also did a bug thing that had happened and had a video showing on it. But I do have one building or 2 buildings that have been I started rebuilding, which is this one here. I haven't been up here in a while. I've got this one started. This one's almost finished, and I haven't been up here for a while. I travel through here, but I haven't been up here that much building on it. I still got to do a lot of completion on this part of the castle, start of the castle. This, got a hellhound here. This thing's going to be massive. This wall will come down. It will turn into where there will be castle buildings connecting in ways like this, creating an entire castle area all up in here. This thing's going to be huge and massive. And there's a lot of terraforming that's got to be done through here. A lot of land's got to be brought up. There's a side road going down. There's going to be roads going down that way, but this thing is going to be massive up here. I've been terraforming land through here. As you can see, this mountain has been taken down to a flat surface, and when you come up on this thing looks massive. And the sad part is the carpentry skill don't give anybody justice. I mean, having to get 95 carpentry skill to go past 10 levels is just ridiculous. That's my opinion. Excuse me. But as right now, this is as high as I can build. Actually, I can build one more floor higher than this, which I got to go up there and do now. I finally got 80 carpentry skills, so I can actually get the next floor up on this thing. And that's 9 floors, and I can't do anything else until I hit 90. And then 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. It's just insane that they would put it that high. You couldn't build nothing without having a skill that high. But this road, as you can see, it leads on and on and on. It just goes. We just left that kingdom, and we're branching into this one right here. As you can see, this whole ride down through here, I have not seen one hostile mob. Not one. And it's sad. And this building is something I was playing with on this deed down here, but I'm going to end up destroying it, actually. Going to destroy it. And build something else. I just haven't got down to this way yet to do a lot of terraforming. There's a lot of terraforming that has to be done all over the place. And since I do most of all this work by myself, because my friend, his little house up there on the hill, he basically does his own. My brother, he don't come over and do nothing. My nephew don't do nothing. So basically it's all me. As you can see, we got a wall going around. Eventually I'm going to destroy this wall. Any wall that has been, that's not on my deed property, will become a tall wall instead of a small wall. As you can see, I was doing terraforming at once down through there. There was terraforming going on in the back. But this building's going to come down. We're going to get rid of it. All this down here was taken down, terraformed. We had a big troll problem at one time, and I was happy. Now we don't have no trolls. Sad. Uh-oh, we got a spider. Yes. I got one mob. I get one mob out of this. How about that? I'm surprised I even got fight skill living over this way as less mobs I have. I mean, I've had to leave and go way far east from the mouse hole just to get mobs, just to even get my fight skill up, because we don't get enough mobs out here. I mean, these deeds are so massive that there's like, maybe I should light my, it'd be nice if y'all could see. I could have did this in the daytime, couldn't have? Wow, I did have a spider come on a deed. Ain't that something? We're gonna go up this way. This is a road, actually. It's just grassed in. Hadn't paved it or anything. I was just terraforming, put this little building up, little shed. And this brick wall will eventually be all tall stone walls. I'm going to tear it down, let it, what can decay going down the mountain's going to decay, and I'll be putting up tall stone walls instead, because apparently somebody's been actually up here bashing on my walls. Trolls, I had numerous trolls, I mean 30-40 trolls coming up and down this wall over here. And did I have a wall down? I gotta see if I got one down, because I'm about to come up here and put a wall up probably. But on this wall going down this side over here, there was tons and tons of trolls coming across it, bashing on it. And I got nothing compared to what somebody has come down through on this side, coming up this way, and has bashed the crap out of my walls. Now I know it wasn't a troll that did it. Yep, I got one down. I'll have to get me some bricks to come back up here. But everything to the left of me is inside the kingdom. But I made this 2-lane road. People can come up of it till at least until they hit the palisade gates. Then they're locked out. Them doors are locked. They're going to remain locked while construction's going on. Once I'm finished with the kingdom up here, I will allow people to travel through. But until I get it done, I don't want nobody coming in, seeing anything. I'm going to keep it a secret. But you keep going down here. This used to be a tiny little 1-lane road someone made and quit playing, and it used to go up to the top and it would stop up there. And I have 2-laned this thing all the way down, and the mouse hole is just right down here, and I stopped at his deed marker. Right where his deed actually ends is where I ended the 2-lane road. And ooh, we got another one. What we got here? 84 damage. So yeah, I gotta come up and put up some more tall stone walls. So whoever's bashing these down, they're not actually making me ill. They're actually helping me out, believe it or not, because I want tall stone walls, and I don't want to have to bash them down myself. So they might think they're griefing me, but they're actually helping me. It's actually hilarious. But we're still in the area. All this will be terraformed out through here. I don't know yet whether or not we're going to. I know my brother talked about redeeding, because his deed died on him. But I don't know. I don't know if he will or not. I'll either come down here and throw another deed up and mass expand it. Probably. Not sure yet. It's costing me a good penny now since the price increase. It's not the subscription that kills me, it's the landmass that I'm owning that's killing me. But this thing goes in. It's all fenced in. It goes around the mountain. Goes up the mountain. Hunting areas. When I come out here, this whole area was disbanded. No one lived out here. So I've claimed land. Kind of like 10 Kill done. I've claimed a lot of land. And I own a lot, but I've claimed a lot too. Mainly for hunting. If I can get a mob to hunt. Because my land mass is so big, I have to find somewhere to hunt. And if I go off the area up to the mouse hole, a lot of people, there's a lot of deeds up there that have been disbanded, no longer a deed. As you can see, we've been doing work all the way down through here, all the way up through there. And we got a lava spider up here, yay! And let's see, I got any bad wounds? Let's see. Very light, very light, very light. Now let's do this real quick. Take out a lava spider while we're sitting here. But yeah, this actually goes up through this way. And I'm gonna have to build my brother. Ooh, my brother, he couldn't build crap. Always low. Of course, he started out and he didn't grind like I told him to, so you don't grind like I tell you to. Yeah, we go up through here, and then it cuts up. It goes straight up the mountain. There's a path and a stone wall that just goes for miles. Hey, I got no stamina, and you want to fight me? Alright, let me go get some stamina. I didn't even pay attention. I barely had any stamina. Is he slow? He's aged. Let me get me some stamina. Listen, pal, you're gonna keep hitting on me like that and you're gonna kill yourself. I'll ripicite you to death before I even take a swing at you. You're better off just letting me swing at you. Whoa, we got a fence down over here. Looks like his place is decaying pretty rapidly. I guess that's what you get when you got 4 quality walls. Whoa. Now let's drink some water. Eat a cold meal. Alright, come here, spider. I got some stamina. Come on. Come get your lunch. That's right. Come on. See, this thing actually likes being hit like this. You like it, don't you? Yeah, check it out. He likes it. And I hope you drop me some good charcoal. I'm so sick of you spiders not barely dropping any meat. Ooh, gold achievement, fire extinguisher. Alright. Let's get the butchering. See what we get. What's my wounds look like? Very light. Very light. Hey, look at the quality. 22 quality. That's just wrong. That's really wrong. Wow, his house is just falling slap apart. His fences. His animals are dead. His horses are gone. Somebody might have come up here and raided him. I mean, I built the plan for him and he didn't keep it up. Sad. But let's go back to my kingdom area. It's more lively over that way. And I'm gonna have a smoke while we travel. Actually, I'm gonna pause the video till I get there. Okay, we're back up here at the kingdoms. So here we go. As you can see, it just there's a lot that's got to be done. I actually found a mountain lion coming back up. My troll infestation disappeared whenever they increased the mob population. So I get no more trolls. No more harder mobs, just little mountain lions, black wolves, the occasional bear, and the everyday spider that I find a million times. We definitely need harder mobs to kill in here. For a PvE player, that's the challenge. And this is not survival. And I got like 67 fight skill, around 50, 60, 70 quality armor on now. It's been beat up since then. I bought it a while back from Freedom Market off of a couple players. But yeah, this thing's massive when you come up to it, and it's gonna stretch and it's gonna go. And but like I was saying, you get you start out at the beginning, barely have any fight skill, put you on some good chain armor, and drop yourself some 60, 70 quality swords, and you pretty much take the survival out of the game. Yeah, we've had quite a bit of trolls up here at one time. Yeah, my friend, he just kept falling off this mountain, so I had to build this walkway going down so he'd stop falling off this mountain. I mean, it's stone all the way down, and it was crazy trying to get his corpse. But as you can see, this is the kingdom. We're going to go up on this hill so we can see a little bit more of this part of the kingdom up here. Wow. Getting logged in a couple of days, it looks like. But this tower here is going to go up massive. It's going to have walkways going across and stuff. There's going to be something up in here, something on each level. There's going to be a road actually going up. There's a road going sideways parallel to this wall and road that will go up to the other side of the mountain over here. And there'll probably be something way up on top of the mountain. I don't know, Mage Tower or something. I'm going to put something up there. I'm going to flatten it down to a certain point, and then I'm going to put something up on top of it. But this here is my friend's house. He lives here. I've known him for 15 plus years. Grew up together with him. And this is his little place that he was making. Of course, I planned the house floor for him, and he built all the walls, and supposed to make a second story on it, but apparently he ran out of funds and couldn't pay his monthly thing, so he hadn't logged in. But this place is going to be massive. This is just a small little run through of how massive the Kingdom of Arkonika is. The deeds are massive, and the buildings are going to be massive. So when you travel, when this place is finally done, it'll take me a year, probably two, being by myself. You're going to come down through here, and you're going to see buildings. You're going to be there'll be buildings going over the roads. So when you're traveling, it's going to be like going through a city. You're going to be going under buildings. You're going to be going buildings on your, both sides of you, buildings out in the distance on the mountains. It's going to be real cool. I got graph paper out one day, and it took several sheets of graph paper to graph out every single square that's in this area. And yeah, it took a lot to plan, and the hardest part that takes me the longest is all this terraforming by myself. And I met another mob somewhere. What is it? Oh, it's another mountain lion. So let's kill a mountain lion. I could use another pelt. I just got an 80 quality pelt off that one. And who couldn't use an 80 quality pelt? Poor thing. Look at that. Look at that thing. It had no chance. I'm trying to figure out where my action in PvE is. I mean, I have no action. I mean, the poor thing ripocided itself faster than I could swing at it. I probably got 3 or 4 swings off of it, and the rest of it was all ripositing. So, yeah. Hopefully, you devs gander at this video, you'll take that in consideration for us PvE players who hate PvP and love PvE. Hopefully you'll take that in deep consideration for us, that we could use some more tougher mobs. I mean, we've cried on the forums, as PvP players would tell us. We've cried on the forums for it. It's not like they don't cry for nothing either. It's not actually crying, it's pleading. We plead for some action without having to go to PvP, because I mean, we don't like PvP. I've played MMOs where, and I'll swear up and down, there is no PvP player that can beat a raid boss. I don't care how much gear as a PvP player you have. You are not going to tear down a raid boss. You're not going to be tougher. You're not going to be harder to beat than a raid boss. And there are some single mobs that would just hand you your butt and head on a silver plate, gold plate. They just hand it to you. And I've run across many single mobs that will do that, and they're beatable. But if you do not know how to fight, they will take you down, and that's what a lot of us PvE players like. We like the bigger challenge. I know PvP players say, "Oh, you've never been in a challenge till you've been with 10 or 15 of us running back and forth, running in and out, in and out, in and out, or until you had 15 of people on you at one time." Yeah, I've never liked PvP because if someone's stronger in PvP, you always see everybody gang up on the strongest one real fast, and then they go and they take out the ones that they know that was going to die to begin with. You know, the ones that didn't have a chance. They leave them sitting there because they know they can't hit you hard. They're not really going to do much damage to you, so everybody gangs up on the strongest player. And to me, quite frankly, that sucks. And that's not fun. I've did the PvP thing, many different MMOs. My first taste of PvP was in EverQuest. I played on a PvE server, and I wanted to test PvP out. And since Sony was smart enough to keep it separate, just like Roth's keeping it separate, he keeps PvE away from PvP. And if we want to go PvP, we can go over there. But he keeps it separate, and that's the smartest thing any MMO industry can do. That right there alone, basically my first experience in it was a level 50, and here I was just fresh started out on the server, got to level 2, and I got a level 50 org sitting there, player, camping the newbie yard, just griefing everybody. I mean, it's pure grief. When you're level 50 and you got to go camp level 2s, knowing you get nothing for it, no fame, no faction or whatever they were giving it for killing a player, you got nothing for it. And I mean, absolutely nothing. But you know, when you got to be so overpowered just to win a fight, it's no longer fun. It takes all the fun out of it. I mean, in Worm Online, you know 4 or 5 people are going to kill you. So what's the fun in PvP if you know you're going up in a battle and you know everybody's going to come attack you? It's not fun, because you know you're going to be the one trying to run, trying to ask everybody else, everybody on what's his name, everybody on what's his name. It's just no fun. It's a retarded system. I mean, you want a PvP battle, these small little man things ain't nothing. The only game I saw that actually had any PvP challenge to it whatsoever would be like PlanetSide 2. That's the only thing I could say that actually had a PvP challenge to it. It's pretty much the only PvP game I would actually even partake in this day and time, because the battles are so massive. You don't have to worry about 15 people trying to gang up on you, because everybody's getting shot at. When you got 200 plus people on a battlefield battling it out, over 100 plus on each side, there's no time to sit down 15 on 15 or 20 on 15, say everybody on this guy right here. There's no time for that, because everybody's going to be shooting at you regardless. No one's going to have time. So yeah, as far as PvP goes in an MMO, it's never been really balanced, especially with massive warfare and all, so I sort of stay away from it. I shun on it. I'm not too fond of it, but for the Planet Side 2, that's about the only PvP in this day and age I would actually even consider um, partaking in, and have partaken in it. I actually have All Access Pass, so I can play 8 Sony titles, and Planet Side 2 is one of them, so I do partake in it. But this kingdom is huge, as y'all can see. This is just a little run through showing you, I wanted to build this place faster for everybody, but the problem is I just don't have that much time, and I can't work that fast, solo. It takes time. Worm is a game that takes time, and I love it for that. I don't like the low survival thing where you can't survive much. I mean, I know a lot of people say you're crazy, you're crazy. It's hard to survive in Worm. No, it's not. It's simple. I mean, you want to survive and you get tired of dying, get your butt to the marketplace, buy you some silver, go to the Freedom Marketplace or the marketplace on your server, buy you a set of 70 plus quality chain armor, buy you 270 plus quality long swords, and go to town. Because I parry like you wouldn't believe. I bought, let's see, I bought this sword right here, which has 43 COC, 49 FB, and 24 MS. That one sword alone is the only thing I bought that had COC and skill on it. And with the AOSP that I got on the gear, which was low amounts, but of course AOSP takes so long to dissipate off the item. I bought the sword, and within 2 weeks, I swear it was actually less than 2 weeks, I had 60 fight skill. I think I had 8 fight skill when I started, and putting 2 long swords in my hand, one was COC, I was sitting at 60 plus fight skill within 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. It had to be less than 2 weeks. There wasn't hardly anything. At first, there was things I couldn't kill. Of course, I couldn't kill a troll. I couldn't kill a lava spider. I couldn't kill a hellhound or a lava fiend until my fight skill got up there. But any other mob that stepped in front of me, it was dead. And once I got, around 50 fight skill, the lava spiders and all just became too easy. Now, if I would have found a troll, I would have took a troll out for you to show you just how little I got hit and how much they got hit. But other than that, as y'all can see, we are back. Yeah, I'm tired. Excuse me. But as you can see, the leather armor looks really cool. The guys on the art team did a real good job. Vox, Ceramon. If that's actually how y'all say y'all's name, I don't know. That's how I'd pronounce it in English, actually. But yeah, this is very cool. Although I'm not fond of the cloth. Yeah, I'm not fond of the cloth. But I love the leather. Love the leather. Love the chain. Would love to see plate. I mean, I guess this is a mixture between chain and plate, the way it looks. But I would love to see a full plate set on a horse. I'd actually like to see, I don't know, I've not seen any pictures, I've not heard of anybody doing it, but does chain and leather armor work on a bear? Do y'all have a texture for it being on a bear? Can it be on a bear? Or on a scorpion if it's dominated? I mean, if it's rideable, maybe y'all could work on putting textures on dominated rideable mobs. That would look very nice. I'm pretty sure a lot of players would appreciate that. on their mobs. I mean, a lot of people ride bears, maybe bull. Put it on a bull. Put it on a cow. Give every animal a ability to wear the armor and a texture on it. I don't know if it's already there, and I've not tried it. I've not tried to put one on a bull, a cow, or a bear or anything, but you know, if it's there, it'd be really cool. If not, it'd be cool to put it there. One thing I'd like to say, if the devs see this video, y'all need to do something about this. This is a big eyesore in a house. Maybe you could bend the stack. You know, bend it back and then forward. You know, bend it and bend it up. That way, when it hits the wall, it protrudes outside the wall, and it'll look like a smokestack when it goes outside the wall. You know, it'll come out and set out here on the side. I think everybody could live with that as long as they're not protruding through the floor. And I thought about that. It probably looked pretty cool. I didn't pull 3ES Max up. I thought about doing it, but I'm busy trying to work on some money actually. Sony's got the Player Studio going on, and if your items that you actually create go into the Player Studio and get added in, they are willing to pay you 40% for the sales on the items that you create that actually get into the online cash store. For all sales, you get 40% of the items you created. So I've actually been working and trying to learn more to do that, because it actually would pay me some money, more of an incentive to actually work on it. Yeah, I love this right here. No more eyesore. Yep. But I'm gonna end this video right here. It's raining. Great. Too bad. Does it still rain through inside the house? Yes, it's still raining. It rains in the house. I swear I got a floor above me, but it's raining in the house. Who else had this problem? Who else? What game company had this problem and finally fixed it? Oh, I can't remember. Alright, I'm yelling too much. That's it. Hope y'all enjoyed my little video. I know there's not too many videos going around showing construction and all, but yeah, I just thought I'd make another one. I hadn't made one in a while. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Night.